Hello, hello. Welcome on in. Wait, is that the right audio source? Hold up. It is. Okay, sweet. Welcome on in, ladies and gents, to Week 6 NACE Open Plus. This week we have two Total Rocket League matches coming up. First against York Lions 3, or was it? It was C actually, but their third team. And tomorrow, 7 o'clock, we're going to be facing against. Oh shoot, who were they? UARC Midnight Black. These will be our last two games before playoffs start. So stay tuned for that. Next Monday, we're going to be shifting from best of 5 series to best of 7. We're getting the lobby set up as we speak, so stay tuned. Invite me to the lobby so I can spectate. As we wait for the opponent team to join up on Truman's, while we wait for the opponent to join the lobby, Let's take a second to thank Truman State University for making this all possible. Home to over 40 majors, Truman State University is a very welcoming and very educational environment that allow you to focus your best on the education that you deserve.
What time is tomorrow?
6 o'clock.
Maybe I might be able to do it.
If you can't make it, we'll have Matt sub in.
I'm working tomorrow, so I can't tomorrow.
We can't have Matt sub in.
Oh. Yeah, we're good. I might never be able to make practice Wednesday though.
We don't have practice Wednesday this week.
Okay, we don't. We don't.
We do not. And we're back, starting game 1 of week 6 for Truman State Rocket League. The score is 0-0. Let's see what happens. Beautiful kickoff for York Lions C. Oh boy, I looked away for just a second, trying to adjust the controls. But here we already have Truman State University on the offense, and Sakayoshi making sure it stays offense as long as it possibly can. Demo coming out from Aerie to give him some breathing room, but will it be enough? Ball lands in Sakayoshi's court. A little mishandling of the ball keeps it here. And it seems like none of the blue members were up on the field to really capitalize on that ball's position. They really thought that ball was getting cleared. And it just did. Naps clearing it to the corner, but Carmen's already there, trying to keep it towards the center ball. He's going for it one more time. And Sakayoshi putting it over 1, putting it over 2, and that is in. Goal number 1 of week 6 NACE going to Truman State University. It's an absolutely beautiful touch right there. Kickoff number 2, can Sherman redeem themselves? Not quite. Seems like York Lions has some pretty good kickoff technique mastered down. But is that going to be enough? It gives them the advantage, but how long can they keep it before Truman State catapults the ball into the enemy side? Carmen coming up with a barely save, but Sakayoshi able to get it out from the goal. One more touch, centers it mid for Carmen, who takes a shot, but Mohad is there to stop the ball. Is he going for an aerial dribble here? Oh yes, he is. He's keeping it close. But it's managed to get intercepted, but luckily Carmen was right there at the ground point. And everyone taking turns with the shot on net, but it doesn't look like anything is coming from it. Sakayoshi getting a back pass from Dre. Able to launch it across the field, and Dre making sure that nothing disadvantageous is happening for Truman State. We're nearing 3 minutes on the clock. Only 1 goal scored so far. It's a lot of showing a really tight defense coming up from both teams after that first shot. Carmen absolutely disrespecting, carrying that ball over to mid for Sakayoshi to take the shot to bring Truman the 2 points. Yeah, wait, what's the mic sounding like? It sounds like there's a lot of static audio going in there. Curious.
You have to.
Oh my bad, I accidentally muted the audio output for you all. There we are. Yeah, there's that sound again. How curious. But oh well. We'll get to the tech fixes later. We're in the middle of a game. Game 1. Not even 2 minutes on the clock. Blue team is down by 3 goals. How are they going to sequester this comeback? Well, there's a start. Just a perfect rebound into mid, giving Mohad just the space that they need to put that into the net. Kickoff this time going into the favor of Truman State University. I mean, it looks like we have a back pass to Sakayoshi, but it goes right over his head. Dre just stopping any attempt to use that wall to carry the ball over. A good 50 coming out from Sakayoshi. Puts the ball in mid. Up to Carman. Decides to keep it in the corner. And looks like it's just made a very awkward mess of the defenders. Oh! A perfect carry, but everyone thought that the blue defenders were actually going to clear that ball. So no one actually goes up to really put the ball into the net. That is incredible. Oh, it must be. Carman missing the redirect, but honestly, 20 seconds left on the clock. There's not much more that you need to do besides stall the time. Just make sure that the enemies can't score 1 goal, and you win, really. 10 seconds now. Really securing game one for Truman State University. While that is going on, let's investigate this sound issue that we've been having. Did that do it? Seems to have gotten better. There we go. Yep, okay, perfect. Let's update the score for Truman State. And let us, if I can find my mouse. There we go. Okay. Looks like we're hopping into game two. Truman State may have lost the kickoff here, but that doesn't stop them from instantly calling back. Accidental tap from Nabs turns to push the mid into a pass to Truman State University, but can't quite get it into the net. Try to bring it around the corner, but defenders are usually at this higher rank are really good at stopping those kind of attacks from coming out. And that camera just freaked out. What the heck? Carmen able to stop the score. Naps here to try to take a ceiling shot. Doesn't quite go to plan. Didn't look like he got the flip reset from the wall touch. And Ari trying to go for a quick tap to put it into mid. A double demo from Sakura Yoshi. My goodness! Leaves the net wide open. And Dresden puts in our first goal for game two. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Kickoff going in the favor of Truman State. Trying to put it in the corner, but a little unfortunate pinch sends it right Ari's way. He starts an aerial, but isn't able to finish as Dre is there to intercept. Blue starts their offensive pursuit. A bounce off corner puts it in the mid, but Sakurayoshi is there to stop it from going any further. In Rocket League, it's a little bit more optimal to put the ball up into the upper parts of the goal. As we saw just there, the blue team York tried to take a shot on the lower side, and that just leaves the ball straight open for the defenders to try popping it up and go for an aerial. An upper aerial makes it a little bit more awkward to get those clears on. And speaking of clears, a failed clear puts one on the board for York. Lion C. Kickoff once again going in favor of Truman State, but Mohit is already there. He read the perfect trajectory. Was about to get what looked to be a Musty-inspired hit onto the wall. Nav's intercepting, but Sakurayoshi good for one more than anyone thought. Demo coming out, but will that be enough? It doesn't seem so. As after a couple seconds, it only takes a few seconds for a player to respawn him after being demoed. It's a very narrow window to capitalize off of. I was trying to keep it there, but the orange players are already pushed up and are making a break on the ball. A shot towards net put in top left, but it manages to get stopped. Like I said, it puts defenders in an awkward spot, and you just saw it right there. One defender was just in no man's land, unable to save the second shot that came out from Dre. And Carmen just finishes the job. 2 on the board for Truman State. Kickoff number 3. Carmen was expecting a dead stop, but Sakayoshi was going around the side just in case it pinched. Manages to clear it into blue side of the field. A shot on net gets instantly disrupted. Oh, but the doink just about goes in. Carmen pops it high and past the Dre, but doesn't seem to be doing much. Sakayoshi trying to get a soft touch on the ball to center it for his teammates, but tries to go for more. Mad respectable. Going for those style points. Truly. Alright, bringing out a wave dash because he's at 0 boost. Helps propel his momentum forward. Actually, it looks like a lot of these defenders are at 0 boost. Or getting low. The ball is for Dre. Just wide of the net, but a second one goes in, and there we go at 3 points. Game 2. Just exceptional mechanical ability coming out from both teams tonight. And the NACE Open Plus division actually groups teams by average rank, so no matter what night it is, you're going to have a close game with these series. The pass to Sakayoshi is that's an open net, but wasn't quite in the proper position to be putting it in there. Already waiting on the wall to try to get it clear, but Carmen almost had the perfect redirect, and once again a 4th goal on the net. Defense from York seems to be falling apart just a little bit. Just some misinputs, accidentally front flipped as you saw there. Just a regular double jump would have stopped that ball dead in its tracks. There are some nerves showing tonight. Alright, getting a hard clear. It's going to hit the backboard. It's a very perfect spot for attackers to really benefit from. Because again, it puts defenders into an awkward spot. They can't really defend comfortably. But it looks like Truman State managed to get out of that little wiggle. And ooh. Just almost goes for a pinch to corner. An objective for defenders right now is to either one putting it into the corner, or 2 just getting a hard clear like we are seeing now. Putting it into the corner can really buy some time for your teammates to rotate back into a defensive position. And with just 5 seconds left on the clock, it doesn't look like York is able to do another. Is not able to take game 2. But man, that double tap almost came out. Would have been a beautiful finisher to game number 2. The score line? 4-1, I'm pretty sure. 4-1. Heading on over to game 3 now. This is match point for Truman State. I need to hit spectate. Do not want to accidentally join a team. Did that during scrims one night. It was the scariest thing ever. And so we begin. Looks like Sakayoshi taking an extra aggressive position, and a missed kickoff going to punish Truman State for the first goal of game 3. Just a mechanical misinput. Not much that you can say there. Kickoff number 2. What is the strat this time? Ooh. Carmen actually warmed up with some 1v1, so every 1v1 I've seen him in tonight, he's been really just outperforming the other individual. Perhaps to be on the other side of the ball. Looks like a shot on net, just a little bit wide on the backboard, but Dre's up there to follow it up. A beautiful save coming out from Mohan. Making sure they keep their lead. Carmen up to defend, pops it high, goes for an aerial tap, but Naps is already there, hitting it off the backboard, leaving the defense wide open. Unfortunately, another blue team member is not there to capitalize. That was beautiful ball placement coming out from Yorks. And even 50, keeping this ball in the corner, but Dre trying to push it to mid for his teammates. Carman doing the same. This actually shot on net, beautifully saved by, once again, Mohad. Going crazy tonight. Looks like Dre setting up a pass mid to Carman. Carman keeping it close. Doesn't look like anyone's going for that aerial. Quite yet. Pass from mid, now it's backing off, but now obtains possession of the ball, goes over Sakuryoshi, but not without him getting a little touch first, really disrupting the flow of the play. Ball landing straight back into Sakuryoshi's domain, but Mohad is here to clear it. Once again, Ari popping it high, and go for a two-touch, but gets blocked by Dre. Just not allowing persistent aggression onto the ball. Two attackers in the corner trying to make something happen with this ball. But those corners they're really hard to get the ball out of once they're in there. So that's one of the defenders' priorities, is to just, if they can't clear the ball, it's just putting it in those corners, making it difficult for the attackers to really capitalize on the position of the ball. Oh, dang! Ari bumped the defender trying to get the ball off the backboard so that it would slowly descend right in front of net, but luckily Sakuryoshi was able to follow it up. Just really clever strategy coming out from blue team this game. Again, a 1-0 scoreline. 3 minutes have already passed. This is a tight defense coming out from both teams ever since that first goal. Game 3 is usually where we see adaptations coming in from both teams, responding to the habits of each other and of the sort. Sakuryoshi going for a shot on net is almost in, but Ari just able to save it. Mohad going for that second clear. And then looks like an aerial play coming out from Carman. Isn't able to do anything with it, unluckily. Ooh, but Dre getting a nice demo, giving possession right back to Team Orange. Carman getting a soft touch, trying to pass it to Yoshi for the redirect, but it doesn't seem to be going in. With two defenders, the two of Orange Team's people up. Looks like Blue's trying to play safe on this one, but a double tap coming in, puts it to the opposite side of the net of the defenders, and Drepe evens the odds. The score is 1-1. One of their players disconnected? Uh-oh. Looks like this is a null game, ladies and gentlemen. We had a DC come out from a blue team. We're just gonna let the timer run out, and we'll relaunch game 3 right after these messages. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a little playground. Just letting players chill out. Practice a few things here and there, you know how it be. Unfortunate disconnect coming out. We had a little bit of disconnect issues coming out earlier, but luckily it was just during practice, and hopefully we won't see any of that coming out today, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. Silver Carmen's head, no way! He centers the ball. Now's the time to take the shot. Carmen getting out some really nice dribble practice, too. It's gonna go for the aerial shot. It's hit towards net. Don't let it get to overtime! Oops. Oh my god! They're trolling, chat. They're trolling. As we wait for Nats to reconnect, looks like we're having some fun out on the court today. We're gonna try to wait it out as we get Nabs back into the lobby. This will be just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we're taking a 10-minute timeout. So I will see all of you in about 10 minutes time. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe a 10-minute
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. They did not need the entire 10-minute break, so we are getting right back into things. Well, I mean, they still have to join first, but you know how it be. The 10-minute reconnect coming out. Wait. Sorry, I'm just spacing out right now. But it looks like everyone's joining in, so we are good for game 3 once again. Naps? Where's Naps? Copia? Wait, what? Naps lost connection again. Unlucky, he's coming out in chat. Can we get some F's in the chat to pay our respects to this unlucky internet connection coming out. The timer is still on. Terribly sorry for the inconvenience, chats, but we'll see you back at the end of the timer. Unfortunately, after 10 minutes, the internet problems have persisted, so we're going to wait around for just a few more minutes as they attempt to restart the router over on their side. So please excuse us as we'll be taking a slightly longer break, but stay tuned and thank you so much for tuning in to Truman Esports at twitch.tv/Truman Esports. Speaking of social handles, did you know that we also have an Instagram and Twitter account that we post frequently too? Check us out at Truman Esports on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever miss a stream that you want to watch back, we do also have a YouTube archive channel, Truman Esports. I'm not sure if you can hear it right now, but we have a karaoke session going on between the players. A little morale boost.
Close your eyes. It took my writing games just to get that on my story. That is that. Please don't go. And I said, Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting. All we have to do is run. Okay, now harmonize it. Yeah, harmonize it. You harmonize. You make me hurt. That's it. The baby, I don't know. For you.
There you have it, ladies and gents. The beautiful vocal cords of our players. Seems we need to wait a few minutes longer. So, just a little reminder to all of you watching stream today. Make sure to check your posture and hydrate often. Carrying a little bottle of water around with you could really go a long way in your day-to-day commute. I will return once we get communications back online with the other team. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Tech pause has come to an end. Oops, I guess I changed screens a little too soon. We're not quite in there yet. Just you wait. They have completely restarted their router, so I am hoping the very best going forward. Game 3. We are back online, ladies and gentlemen, against York Lions C in this 6th week of NACE Open Plus. This is the last week before playoffs begin, and little does the Truman campus know that we've already qualified for playoffs. You've heard it here first, folks. Truman State University has qualified for playoffs and NACE Open Plus Division 7B. Oh, I gotta let them know that match is open. Alrighty, here we go. Now they're gonna be joining back up. I forgot to give them the heads up after we started our lobby. Fellas are still in it with the karaoke. And in just a moment, we will see their names appearing at the bottom. They are in now! Let's go! Good luck, fellas! Alrighty. They're in! Then they have not logged out yet. This is a record, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3, 5 minutes on the clock, 0 on the board. Who would have thought? Mohawk about to get a very good redirected goal, but just barely short of it. Sakuyoshi creeping up with the ball, but Nabs intervening, and instead it is Carman who is up for the shot onto net. Little redirect to Sakuyoshi yields not. The nerves may be gone, but it's to see who has less of them in this upcoming match. A pass to Dre. Unlucky mistouch coming out. And looks like blue team is back off from the ball, giving orange the team the space they need to catapult to the offense. Nab's trying to go for an aerial carry here. Goes past one. Goes past just one. As Dre's managing to clear it to the corner and puts it over who I thought was their last defender, but seems like blue team's rotated back fast enough to stop the ball from doing anything more dangerous than it already has. So just a 1v1, tries to go for an even challenge, but it gets sent over the head of Dreyston. But that ball is in, an open net. It seems like their last defender back was expecting a little bit further of a carry coming out from the blue team. Stuck in no man's land, leaves the goal straight open, and Truman take the first. Slight change of pace from the previous game 3 that we saw coming out. But after a minute to cool down the nerves, it seems like everyone's loosened up. Ooh. Very close attempt on goal shot number 2. Nice fake from Carman coming out to allow Dreyston or Drebe to take possession of the ball. Looks like after some awkward exchanges, the ball has landed into Truman State's corner, where 2 defenders currently lie. 50-50 going nowhere with the ball. Is the first one up. Ari pinches the ball towards the orange goal, but Dreyston able to stop it from going in. Just failed pinch coming in there. Ooh, they almost did another ground pinch. I would love to see that coming out from the enemy team, or from. Oh. A shot just short, a couple of mistouches. leading to a pretty scary situation for Truman State, but they managed to get the ball away, and no goal yet scored for York Lions. Oh no, a misinput, almost proving fatal. Luckily, two defenders were back in time to go for it. A double commit coming out, but nothing to really punish for, and Carman's last defender back puts it in the corner. Now it is in possession of Mohad, now Ari. It looks like they were just teeing the ball. A double demo coming out. Reminiscent of game one, really. Giving Blues the space that they need to recoup and reaggress the offense. A double tap coming in, almost going in, but Drayson's touch going a little wide as well, actually. He's trying to pass it back. Just a small mistouch coming in from there. A nice bump coming in from Carman to stop Ari from centering the ball from the corner. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful back pass. But it matters not. This game compared to the last two seems a little less formal. And I think it's just through the tech pause we've been relaxing a little bit more. Nerves are gone and looks like some of the pressure has gone as well. Pressure to perform. And people are just kind of chilling with it now. I heard a few laughs over from the game corner. Beautiful redirect to corner from Carman. Ari was about to go for another shot, but noticed Dre was closer to the ball. And, I mean, with that kind of information, you know that you're not going to be able to make it in time before they clear. So Ari instead defaults to backing up and shadowing the ball instead. After a series of events, Truman put two on the board. 20 seconds left. Seems to be a 3-0 in favor of Truman State University. But I have seen a comeback from 1 second left on the clock. So anything is truly possible here. 10 seconds, I'd say it's a little less possible at this point. It seems that Truman State have locked in their 6th win at NACE Open Plus. 6-0 in their grand total. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have our winners. Truman State University coming out with, I believe, a 2-0 scoreline. Yes, sirree. And that leaves Truman State as an undefeated in our group stage. Will that prove incorrect tomorrow? That is for us to see then. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight and witnessing such a fun game. The skill level on both teams was very great coming out. And I hope to see what the team that we're facing tomorrow happens to bring. This has been Rocket League Coach Isaiah Slater, and I'm signing off.